Well, praise the Lord, everybody, and welcome to Harmony Place. I'm Teresa Ashley, the host for Harmony Place. And before we get started, I wanted to tell you just a little something about Harmony Place. Harmony Place is outreach and healing ministry, and what we'll be dealing with every second Sunday of the month from 10:30 to 11 a.m. is we'll be dealing with spiritual warfare. We'll be dealing with prayer. We'll be dealing with so many things, homosexuality, hurting people. You have people in the churches that are hurting, and so we're going to be dealing with different aspects of life as far as the biblical sense and kingdom building. And so that's what we're here for, and that's what we're about here at Harmony Place. So stay tuned every second Sunday of the month at 10:30 to 11 at Harmony Place. And like I said, I'm Teresa Ashley. I'm your host for Harmony Place. And right now, I'd like to take the time to introduce our guests. I'm going to let them say their name themselves. I'll let you go first to tell them who you are.
Hi, my name is Alita Young, and I'm here to let you know about some programs that we have developed for the state of Delaware and reaching out to the community with homeless women.
Okay, Gwen.
My name is Gwen Empson, and I'm here to talk about a company called Building Bridges. And Building Bridges was developed through a nonprofit organization to help previously incarcerated women.
Right, so what we're dealing with here and what we'll be talking about this morning on today is your transitional living center, right?
Well, we'll be talking about the transitional living and also Building Bridges, which is the outpatient treatment part of the transitional home.
Okay, well, first of all, let's talk about, because I don't know what the difference is. So first, tell us about your transitional living center, the house that you have first.
Okay. Well,
the name of the house, okay, because you're the one that, you run the house?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the name of the house?
The house is going to be called My Sister's Place.
Okay, My Sister's Place.
It is a transitional home for previously incarcerated women or women coming out of prison or women do not have a place to live. The home is located in Newcastle, Delaware. It's a 3-bedroom ranch. But
it holds how many people?
It holds up to 6 women at this time.
Okay.
We have rules and regulations that the women will have to go by. We have a real structured living environment.
Well, so what's the criteria to get into the program?
Okay, they must be referred from Building Bridges. Building Bridges is the program.
Yes. Because I didn't understand that at first. Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay, so they're coming through Building Bridges.
And they must be referred through Building Bridges. Right. Building Bridges is the program piece of it. Okay. They must have been through some previous treatment program.
Like, for instance, like drug and alcohol?
Like a drug and alcohol program.
What if that's not their criminal status? If they're in prison and they're coming from out of prison, what if that's not their criminal status? Say their criminal status is shoplifting or writing bad checks or anything other than drugs.
That's fine.
Drugs.
That's fine. But
so what I'm saying is, would you still have to do a drug program? Because
no. What we do, we tailor the program to fit that individual need.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay.
So the program, the tailored program will fit the individual's needs.
Okay.
So if they, shoplifting or came from a broken home or abuse, we will that treatment plan will fit their individual needs.
Okay. So do you have, because most women have children. So we know that most women have children. Is your program set up for them to bring their children with them?
Not at this particular time. It's not set up for children. Somewhere in the future, we're planning on developing some space on the property for women with children. But right now, the funding is limited, and we haven't got that piece developed yet. But
That's
it's future
why we're
plan.
here now, because we're trying to reach out to the community, and we're going to let them know how they can get in touch with you too, so that you can get the the resources that you need for your program. And Gwen, can you tell me something about Building Bridges? Because I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, Building Bridges is an incorporated nonprofit program. It's an outpatient, actually, treatment and referral program. The treatment component works with the women in a couple of different areas in reference to a early assessment when you first come in. We look at your individual needs, and from that we develop a reentry plan. And each reentry plan is individualized to fit each woman's needs. In fact, if the woman does have children, and they may not be with them, but may be in the system, such as Children and Families First. We've developed a program, and we've also connected with Children and Families First, that if there is a woman in our program who may have children.
What is Children and Families First? What is that?
Children and Family First is a state organization that, just say if a woman went to prison and her children were put into the system.
Okay.
Okay. They would be monitored by Children and Families First.
Okay.
We have developed a sort of a contract with them, but nothing written. That just a verbal contract. That if we have a woman that come into Building Bridges and then referred to my sister's place, that we will work with the woman in bonding and reuniting with her child. The child may not be able to live into the home, but we do have services set up, a program set up in Building Bridges to work with the woman to help that bonding process when the woman does come home. Because as you know, when women do not, or I should say should not, or not able to deal with some of the boundaries or barriers or challenges, then they end up going back into prison, and then the children are re-traumatized if they're going back with the woman. So our goal is to help the mother deal with some of the issues that she needs to deal with prior to the child coming home.
Okay, so what if there was in there for child abuse? So how do they handle that? How do they go about reuniting that mother and child?
Well, that would be, we would have to follow the rules and regulations of Children and Families First.
Exactly.
So I'm sure that if there's a woman who comes in for whatever reason, neglect of a child because of her addiction or any type of neglect,
and addicted to different things, you have that.
So we would follow the treatment plan of Children and Families First, with whatever they feel that this woman may need in order to reunite with their child, if that's possible.
Yeah, because that's not always possible. Right. That's good. That's good to know, because we always want to see the mothers reunite with their children, but we also know sometimes that isn't possible.
Yes.
So if that is possible, that's good to know. So can you tell us more about your the house that you run?
Basically, it's a structured environment, as I mentioned prior to that.
So do you have, like, at the house when the women are there, do you have any type of programs that's going on to the house? Because I know I had a house before I moved out here, and we had 23 bed. We had a 23 bed facility, and it was just men. And we had a program for, like, for instance, is yours Bible based? Is it